So what's going on? This would be another quick installment of Know What Your Seedlings Should Look Like. Here on the front porch, this nice relaxing evening. And before you, I have 4 different types of seeds planted. Now I purposely did not label these because I wanted to do this video. So when it comes down to knowing what your seedlings should look like, if you forget to label something, over time you're going to start to just remember the way things look, and you're going to be able to start to at least break it down into a family or something similar that you can at least know what it's not. So I remember I planted 4 different things in these planters here, and let me show you real quick. This first one right here coming up, this is the first one of its kind right there, and there's one just coming in right there, but this is spinach. Yes, so this is what spinach looks like when it starts to grow. When it first breaks the soil, this is what spinach looks like. So that way, if you think that that's a weed coming up, you'll know don't pull it up. It's not a weed. So you start to start to just get an eye for these kind of things, and yeah, go from there. So over here, I'll get to the other 2 in a second. This is just some leaf lettuce. Okay, I just happen to know that because I planted a lot of lettuce. But one little trick, if I can get this to zoom in without losing clarity, right there on this guy right there. As it's coming up, you can see right there on the edge of the, right there, that is the seed. The seed hull, I guess, is still attached to the lettuce. And right there is a little better example on that one right there. So if you know what your seeds look like, whenever the seedlings emerge, a lot of times you're going to have the seed hull still stuck to the initial seed leaves that are coming out right there. So that's one other tool you can use to at least identify, if not narrow it down. Now here's where I left the last 2 on purpose. There's one right here. Check that one out. Okay. And then we're going to go over here. Check that one out. Now what do you see? Yeah, they're pretty similar, right? One of these is Arrugula. One of these are Georgia collards. So because they're both part of the brassica family, the seeds look almost identical. I can zoom out a little bit. But you'll notice one is what? A little bit darker. One is a little bit brighter. Okay. Now if you've ever grown Georgia collards before, they do have a bluish green tinge to them. And so I'm going to say, without knowing for certain, that this is the Georgia collards. Right there on these leaves, you can see the seeds right there. But in this instance, because these plants are so closely related, the seeds look almost identical. I think the collards may have actually been a slightly bit bigger, but that's just going off memory. I can't say that's 100% true or not. So at least when you narrow it down like this, I know that it's not spinach. I know for a fact it's not spinach, and it is not leaf lettuce. So I planted 4 things, and I know that it's definitely not 2. Now these arugula here, so I'm going to go ahead and call these guys. These seem to be a little bit greener, a little less blue tinge to them. And I don't really see any seeds attached to any of the leaves here to give kind of a side-by-side comparison. But, this is just kind of an exercise to kind of show you, to start training yourself to what is and what is not your seedling. Sometimes you're going to start noticing, especially if you have compost or you recycle some of your soil or your potting soil or potting mixes, whatever, you're going to start noticing other plants growing through your compost. You're going to find other seeds sprouting in your garden. Now, if you know what you're looking for, you can go ahead and harvest these, transplant these very carefully and get free volunteer plants, as long as you know what you're looking for. And sometimes, that may be what you want. You want plants that are going to self-seed, and you just have to do nothing and go out and just harvest the product at the end, which would be great, Less effort on your part was still with the same end result. So that's just a quick little hillside garden, know what your seeds look like, part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this or learned something. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you next time on the hillside. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.